I talk like that because I'm angry. You don't listen. That's why we're in the mess we're in.
Just don't go there. Don't go there.
If you had been listening on the day of the accident, we'd have taken the off-ramp, and our ungrateful children would still be waiting for us to die.
But if you didn't distract me, I would have seen the cement truck.
Roger's wife is my sister. Yes, I already said that. But Roger got the job because he's a professional. He's a professor, you know, taught acting and Shakespeare.
It's one thing to lose my pension because I died. But those kids of yours, those greedy little bastards.
Kids of mine? They're your kids too, Roger.
But they take after you, silver spoons in their mouth, entitled to everything. Yes, they think they're entitled to everything.
What are you saying?
I'm saying I'm not surprised they sued us and won their inheritance, and I'm not surprised they left us with nothing.
Well, what were they supposed to do? It was their time. We died, fair and square.
What?
Aber Zombie and Stitch. Fashion sense with sense. Sexy clothes that hide odor and prevent accidental leakage.
It's time today for another zombie book review. Today's book is Beneath a Blood Red Moon.
Oh, by Shannon Drake. Master storyteller Shannon Drake plunges readers into breathtaking stories of irresistible passion. Now in a tale that sweeps the reader from the antebellum South to contemporary New Orleans, she explores the dark, sensuous world of love and immortality, of the beauty and the beast who some call the vampires.
And once again, Beneath a Blood Red Moon by Shannon Drake.
I make such a sexy vampire.
Heather, it's nice to have you with us today.
Thank you. I'm delighted to be here.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about what you write and your newest book?
Okay. Well, I write just about everything, especially everything that people will pay me for. I like to do that. And I have over the years written many things. I've done historical romance, I've done category romance, I've done straight suspense, I have done a paranormal, which is a lot of what I'm doing right now, and pretty much everything you can think of. I shouldn't say my favorites, I love everything I do, I'm very lucky. Wow. But I enjoy doing...
Are you related to Heather Graham, the actress?
No, I'm sorry, I'm not. Actually, I do a little bit of everything, and one of my favorites would be like vampire books. I have a vampire series, and I have a lot of fun with that. I'm doing one right now on the Mayan prophecy of doom that's supposed to happen in 2012, which may or may not be doom. It may just be a change. But they're actually vampires and people helping to do that. And I also do a ghost series, which is all loosely related by a company called Harrison Investigations. And Harrison runs around and finds people who can communicate with the undead in all their forms.
So you have a lot of books on the horizon.
I do. Actually, I'm really excited. I have one out right now that was a lot of fun. We have, my family has a band, so the Slush Pile Band has a Christmas album in it, and it's illustrated by Fortin and Sanders, and it's called There Be Dragons, and it's kind of a fractured medieval...
Have you met Heather Graham, the actress?
No, I haven't actually met her. No. But I do. She does know that I exist, and actually there are several other Heather Grahams out there.
Really?
Yes, there are, and I'm really kind of sad to say I am the original, and they just seem to be making use of my name, but I did have it first.
You know, I think this is going to be a bit impolite to ask, but how did you become an undead American.
Oh my God. Children. Children do it to you every time. You think that you're still alive and well and breathing, but you wake up and you're actually a zombie.
Cool.
Yes, it really is so cool. Oh, listen, I would also like to mention that I have a book coming out in October called Unhallowed Ground, and that is about ghosts and people who find bones in the wall while there are a lot of other murders happening in St. Augustine, and do they correlate, even though a lot of them happened during the Civil War. And then I have something that I'm very excited about, which is Vampires in the Wild Wild West.
Wow.
Yeah, that comes out in November.
It's like 2 genres.
Yeah, the one is historical. You know, the other is very contemporary, and it just happens to be that, you know, some people, as we all know, some people can communicate with the undead. So the ghosts have to do with that, with people who do have that special sense. And the vampires are more like, you know, your straight concept of, well, I shouldn't say straight, because vampires can be many things these days. But it is a vampire story that takes place historically. And then I also have out another Christmas book, which is Home in Time for Christmas, and that has to do with a fellow who's being executed during the Revolution, but his sister's a witch, and she tries to save his life, but instead of bringing him home, she drops him into current Massachusetts, into a family that's having a few problems, so he's kind of a time travel the other way.
Well, you certainly have a lot going on, and we'd like to thank you for joining us today. And thank you for joining us on the Zombie Today Show. I'm your host, Roger McKnight, and we'll see you next week.
This episode of the Zombie Today Show brought to you by